Hello, hello, hello. It's always a good one.
It's
That's a
Friday.
good one.
Thank
It's
God it's
Friday.
Friday. It's been a
No, it's not. It's
like
Saturday morning. We're all
It,
behind.
you don't count. I do gotta say something though. I gotta have a conversation with Miffit about Robert Irwin. Oh my
wait, the young,
God.
that's who you sent me. Is that the half naked man you
Yeah,
sent me on Instagram?
yes,
Oh
yes,
my,
that is him. That is baby Robert Irwin. Oh my goodness,
He's
I
a
feel like a cougar
baby.
looking. I
he,
know.
he is a baby. He was a smooth chested little baby. And she sent me, I felt like a creep opening Instagram. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It's
This
all
is
over the place.
Sandra.
I thought it was hilarious though because like the Bonds underwear or
The
whatever
yeah,
brand,
the underwear
they were
brand.
comment like because women were going nuts in the comments and they were like responding to the women like us too sis us too.
God. Oh God. Yes.
he's
Well,
waiting
anyway,
he's waiting for his American tourist. So who's gonna take one for the team and go fly over there to become his wife?
what?
No.
Oh wow.
He was saying in the interview because his dad met his mom at the zoo as she's American tourist, and then same with his sister met her husband. So he's like, I'm just waiting for my American, and all the women like, oh, I'm taking a trip
Really?
now.
Yes. I did not. I did not know his wife was American. I didn't know this. Like
No, he
she,
doesn't. Oh yeah, we're talking about Steve Irwin. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I
I
did.
thought
She has a slight accent, doesn't she? Maybe like maybe it's from being over there so long. I mean, it's very easy. We all pick
yeah, I
up
didn't
this.
realize
Mhm.
she's American. I thought they just met at the zoo. Not
To be
how they
fair,
met.
I've got no idea because I don't watch the news.
Mhm.
I
Hey,
mean,
uh,
yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know.
sorry, you didn't
It
miss
wasn't the
nothing.
news. It was my Instagram post. It was an Instagram post. It's
It's
like
all
laid
over.
out. It's one of those wearing boots and underwear and nothing else kind of poses, laid out.
Oh, he had a snake on
Oh, I've
him.
seen the picture.
Okay, he had a snake on him
He
too.
was
Like,
holding a
Yeah.
crocodile.
Yeah,
he wasn't
I've
holding a
seen the
crocodile.
pictures.
He was holding it like it had his snake. But anyway, he's very young, bare chested, very young, abs.
Yes,
Like,
he is.
yeah.
I felt
So
like a cougar looking at him.
you were, and you tried to get me in trouble too by saying, did you notice
But
I
he
closed?
isn't that. He's not
I
that
didn't
young.
I
I
didn't
know,
even
but he
send
feels
her
like
a
it.
reply. I read it and I closed it and I put the photo. I didn't even send her a reply. I'm like, you're not gonna take
Same,
me.
Claire. Same.
Yeah,
Same.
No,
I
you're
tried. I
very
tried those very soon. So
shy. Tried to drag us all into the basement with that one. Hey,
I couldn't help
hey,
it.
well, let me say,
I didn't realize it was him until I read
no,
who it
he's
was. I was
quite
like, no.
he's quite handsome, but he does look a little bit like his father when his father was younger, although his father had a
Yeah.
much fuller face as he got older. But he does have like a good combination of the two of them.
Did not,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't recognize him for a second because I did not know he was packing all
Mhm.
that under
Well,
those khakis.
at that age, like, come on, it's kind of hard not to look good at that age, So, um, I'm just saying that he's definitely going to do good as a model, underwear or not. Like he definitely got a
Yeah.
face. Like he'll do good. So let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Wilding. It's so good to see you. And Jinzu. And hey, student, you didn't miss anything.
No,
Makira, it's nice to have you here. It's been a while. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everyone's doing okay. Purple's great. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Oh, look, Miffy and Mrs. C are in the chat too. How you doing? Doing doing double duty. Today's just gonna be like everything mayhem. Mayhem is basically designed around like naked raw conversation, like with no holes barred about whatever you want. So if there's anything you guys in the chat want to bring up from the crazy couple of weeks that have been going on, or anything like that, or little stories, but we really just only have little tidbits for you today. Something little lighter, not trying to be offensive to anybody. So, buckle up, buttercups. Like, we don't mince words around here, especially not on bacon. But
but her need not reply.
Yeah, and so up on the panel, let me just you probably recognize Mippy's avatar, our dragon queen, and then we have Mrs. Mayhem herself, Mrs. Cassandra, who's busy taking a bubble bath. She's taking half nude pictures of young men that we really shouldn't be looking at. And then we also have Grace Case who joined us today, which I'm happy to say. And if anybody else wants to join, just give me a yoo-hoo in the chat and I'll drop you a link because this is free for everybody.
A real
So
yoo-hoo?
I will you well no chocolate skim milk drink. I used to drink a lot of all the time.
Oh,
It's very
I
full of
can't.
sugar.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've just
it's
finished a
disgusting.
carton of chocolate milk.
It's so
It,
disgusting
it tastes
now.
like chocolate water.
It does. It's
I
all
mean,
I can't. It's like sugar.
Oh,
It's like
not over
water
here.
now.
No, 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 no. Chocolate
Mm.
milk is milk with just milk with chocolate in it.
yeah,
Hmm.
that. I'm talking about the
It's
the
real.
She's
you
talking
the
about the pre-made
yoo-hoo.
yoo-hoo, the yoo-hoo drink. It's made with
Oh,
skim
okay.
milk. It's watery and it's very, very sweet. And now they make like a sugar-free one too. It's even worse. Like,
Ugh,
Ew.
no,
but yes, I used
no.
to drink
This
that when I
milk
was
comes
young. Yeah.
from local farmers.
So no
Yeah.
Grace, no real yoo-hoo, just a
Okay.
shout, like a yoo-hoo or a
All right.
yodel or a
Oh my
hey ya
goodness.
or a yo or whatever floats your boat.
That
However,
reminds me of like the Yahoo back in the day when it was the messenger when they had the Yahoo Messenger and you
Yahoo!
could you
uh-huh.
can you can send stuff. Oh my goodness, that
Isn't
was
that
crazy.
still a browser though? Isn't it still like,
Yahoo's still around, but I don't know if they have messengers, so I haven't.
you're talking to a true dinosaur here. I still have an AOL account. Like that's what
Uh,
my email is for my channel. Like if you try to contact me, it's AOL, and everybody goes like, "What are you 90?" Like no, but I just
oh,
it was
we
there.
we know we know that um you're really over 90.
Oh
You're
yeah, I'm
ancient
like a hundred. I'm
according
like
to
I'm 125 according to some sources.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Where she which I haven't seen quiz around to be telling
My
me
little
that you're
brother,
too old.
yeah. My little brother be here any second now that you said his
Yeah,
name. Tell
I gotta
everybody
say it 3 times. Just
that
like if I say Mafia Media, he'll pop up.
I
Hold
know.
on,
Uh, the
I
young
got like so
the
my
young
grandma is
men,
going
yes,
crazy.
the gentlemen of our past mayhem streams are no longer about right now. They're all well, one of them's in university studying their ass off for a mid
Yeah,
final. And the other one was always busy on the weekends. We're very lucky if Brother Bob gets to pop in at all. But he had no sermon for us today, so there's that. And then,
Janae.
Charlie's been dealing with real life, getting used to that new laptop and all that other stuff. In AT2, he's got his stuff. He's got full-time work plus his own channel in his Veterans Affairs and Bodies, his meetings and things like that. So, I'm trying to just think
Like
what
yeah,
are
we
the
used to
guys
have
just
like
come
what
up?
almost 10 people.
I've had to
That was
turn people away a couple
yeah.
of years ago, but we've been it's been quite a while. First of all, we missed the March mayhem. Marched right out on me. Like it
Yeah.
got busy. There
Yeah.
was a lot of hearings. There was a lot of stuff going on, and no matter what I tried to schedule, like things got a little crazy. Well,
And then you were sick as well, don't forget. I mean,
yeah,
with
and
your
I'm better.
throat and
Hmm. And that always wears because I still try to push through and I make it worse. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Yeah. Happy Friday, Janae. A big old happy Friday here. Look at this.
Ah, Janae.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring the chat because yes, you who is nasty. I agree, Jean. Thank you. Well, you know. Hey, I heard that qualifier. I was young. I was once many centuries ago. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I don't feel young, but I don't feel old. Does that make any sense? Like
Grown up.
I do feel like an adult and I also feel just right. Like I'm not looking at the past and I'm not looking to the future. Like I feel like this is all right. Like I'm okay. I feel okay, you know, which is unusual for me. It's probably unusual for most people. We're either looking at the past or looking to the future. It's very hard to stay. present. Would you guys agree? Like they can be the toughest thing right now. Well, but
Yeah.
it's crazy out
Mm.
there. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Mm. So let's see. If I asked anybody in the chat or up here on panel, what's the craziest thing you saw this week? Would anybody be able to pinpoint anything? Like, because I know there's so much crazy going on, it's hard to pinpoint like one thing, isn't it? But I'm gonna ask you anyway. It's
I
like,
don't know.
It's
Nothing.
hard to pinpoint.
It is.
Oh, God.
I
Okay.
just know. You got something for us, Mister?
Well, I'll do a point. I mean, it's not the worst or the best. I mean, just I live in my street. Um, yeah, I'd call it good news personally. Everyone sort of heard my "Am I the arsehole?" So I've got wonderful neighbours across the road.
Oh,
So
they're gone now.
no, not quite.
Darn.
I don't care. I'm going to get out of here. Um, yes, we had a unmarked cop car rock up. Cop knock on the door. Please come with me, sir. And he got taken away. So yay!
So should be quiet for a little bit.
So hopefully, well, it was on a Friday night, so that was last night. So he's fucked the weekend, isn't he?
That is good
So
news. Maybe you
I
would
think
not
that's
get woken up in the
wonderful
morning.
news. That was probably the highlight of my week. Uh,
that can
It's
be.
it's
Yeah.
just
I'll
like
get news now.
April Fools was like Tuesday, right? So it just felt like with work wise, it just was a hot mess all week, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone was blaming because it was April Fools. But it just has been a long week, and then I had to do test testing. Well, my son had to do testing, so that was
That's
exhausting.
always tough during the school year. Like these kids, they get tested more than I don't know what. Like it's just such a rigor more to go through an American school system in the lower grades. It, I don't
Just
know.
remember I remember when I was a kid, I would just bubble just to get it done, like because I didn't want to do it.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. How about you, Grace? Anything?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to bring up politics. This is not about the politics
Mm-hmm.
behind all of this, but the craziest thing I saw this week were people trying to justify destruction of personal property as protected under the First Amendment as
Yo,
part of peaceful
oh
protesting.
wow.
yeah, that's like an oxymoron. Let me
Yeah,
light your car on fire while I peacefully protest.
yeah,
No, no,
Yeah,
you can have a
whatever.
point. You know how you peacefully protest? Don't buy the product. If you own the product, turn it in. But
right,
you don't damage other people's property
right.
about this, okay? Have your protest. I agree with you, Grace. And that's not a political statement. That's a human
Yeah,
common sense statement. It's not about
Yeah,
politics.
yeah,
I hate when
yeah.
they say, and the other side is saying, "Oh, you got to support Tesla because the Dems or the left are trying to do it." No, it's just people that just don't agree with what's going on. Like I hate that,
yeah,
making it about the left or the right or the Dems or the Republican. It's stupid. It's just stupid to do it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
Well, that's
And
the thing. If they caught who actually did it,
exactly. But it's
and
also wrong
how do
how
they know what party this person actually
exactly the
goes
media,
for?
the
It could quite easily be a fucking Republican or whatever the fuck it
who cares?
is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
One person's deed doesn't mean a whole side, but there was plenty of people causing damage that they really shouldn't. It's kind
yeah,
of like when you riot against something and you cause damage to like your own town, your own
yeah,
businesses that are supporting. Like it's not. I understand the angst, I understand the anger, but there's more productive ways to do things.
yeah,
Like I do think they have a right to protest. I think they have a point. We didn't vote for this man and he's changing people's lives. And so this is how you hurt him. If you're going to act like a capitalist who only cares about money and doing what you want, then we're going to hurt you with the money. I mean, that's the only thing that matters here in America most times. That's how everybody makes their point. And I
Yeah.
get it, but not with violence and not with destruction, because you're not hurting the company. You're hurting the person who owned the car,
Yeah.
who is
Yep.
just like you,
Exactly.
who
Who
probably
probably
just
who
like
probably
you.
not, might not even be
Yeah,
like
why?
might be in the same party as you. Like,
See,
Yes, exactly. Probably has the same point of view, probably doesn't agree with what this man is doing or what's going on in politics. And but you just hurt their life. You just cost them hundreds of
those
hundreds
things
of
are
dollars,
expensive.
thousands of dollars in damage. They got to get a new vehicle. You just set them back. You're not making a point. You're just causing damage. In
Yep.
And
and
that's the
that
thing. Would insurance? I
see,
don't think insurance would cover that, would it?
Yeah, it,
um
it does cover it.
Oh, it does.
except
Okay.
except for insurance companies have added this active terrorism thing to a lot of
Oh,
yeah, remember that a
yeah,
couple of years
it's
ago we
true.
talked about that insurance companies deciding that the world is getting crazy and they don't want to get caught on the hook of it because they're capitalists at the heart. They're not really here to protect you or do the right thing. They're here to make money. So they decided that acts of nature and terrorism should not be covered because there's more hurricanes
So
and
yeah,
tornadoes and there's more people blowing stuff up because of a political opinion. So,
Yep.
boom, you're just left holding the bag. I think
oh,
that sucks. I think there should be a
Jen,
rule that you can't sell insurance in this country if you're going to be like that. Like, okay, you should cover everything. Like, we're paying you. Come
Yeah.
on.
yep.
It's crazy.
Jen,
So,
I just shake my head when I see a Swatsy
Oh
car.
my goodness.
what the fuck?
A
Yeah.
Swatsy
And
car.
Jim, you're right. We were talking about this last night, and I woke up and the Dow dropped 1,700 points. Yes, in
Oh yeah, I
retaliation.
was watching that last night.
And not to
Watching
get
that drop.
political, I agree with Grace. I don't want to get all left and right or good and bad or up and down and all of that. But this is the world we're waking up to every day. There is
Oh,
the media going crazy about stuff. The stuff with Tesla. Would you agree, Grace, that most of that is the media making a big deal about a lot of it, and then getting the other side to say like it's a whole group of people when it's like it's selectively this, that, and the other one. They're really hyping everybody up with the us versus them stuff. Like it makes me insane.
Yeah, which, but they've been doing that with everything that they can find to
Mm-hmm.
to drive that rift, make it bigger with every topic that they can find.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They use that wedge, they get it in there. But yeah, they're hyping it up and making it about us versus them.
Mm-hmm. I've been noticing it more and more to the point that it's permeating my thoughts that the media and politicians in general, most people in power, I'm not talking about like the middle class, so to speak, like the everyday people. I'm talking about the people in authority, our bosses, the people we have to answer to, government, politics, and the media, who has the influence, and all these influencers are using fear based manipulative technologies to just keep us from doing anything about anything. And I keep thinking that over and over and over again. And it actually drove me to read 1984 again. I'm in the middle of reading the book about Big Brother 1984, and I just finished reading Orwell's Animal Farm again, and it all seems very, very familiar.
Familiar, yes.
Yes, it's like, read the classics, people, because history does repeat itself until we get the lesson. It really
Yeah.
does. You know? Yes, I saw that, Gene. Like, I know Elon's crying. Tesla did drop 70% in Europe. Like, they did a big one. It's only 40% here. Mm. But it lost 40% of its value overall, I think, since he started what he started the last, how many, 75 days or whatever they've been there. Hello, Teresa. Hi, Shill, Fishner.
Everybody rolling in.
Yep.
yeah, over here I saw either a shore or a whatever, and it was of a Tesla, like not a
Mm-hmm.
factory, but like a parking lot or whatever, where the
Mm-hmm.
cars come in, and they and like our Aussie, they don't bother blowing shit up or anything. He's just walking through, just going, look at this shit. There's thousands of these fucking things sitting here. They're just covered in dust and shit. And then he's like, holy shit, there's the brand new ones. Look, there's a couple of that. And
Mhm.
he's like, they've been imported. No fuckers buying these things. Why the fuck do they import them? And so,
I've never
the
liked
Aussie thing is just a
Teslas.
fucking huge
They're just
joke.
ugly.
We think it's hilarious.
Mhm.
But hey, we find everything funny. So
Oh, Teresa had asked these. She said she just came in and she wanted to know what we were talking about when you say us versus them. Just the media, the inciting the riot that most people in control do to try to eliminate like clear, reasonable voices, people looking at the other side to actually come to a solution. Like there's more of a tendency to pit people against each other like in large groups, and segregate
Yeah.
everything so that nothing can actually get resolved. It was a general statement, Teresa, like about like the environment we're all living in all of our countries right now. Another comment was there, I think it was Janae who said, she's not really sure what is real or true anymore with the media. And I get that.
Yeah.
I remember, okay, I'm going to be a dinosaur again here, people. Forgive. I do have some experience here too when you could actually listen to the news and there was facts in there. Like not exactly Walter Cronkite days, but like Walter Cronkite days, where actually journalism meant something, integrity in saying the real
Sorry,
facts
Jen.
and stories, instead of like every news report being like the greatest story ever told, some kind of novel with a fantasy ending, and written by the biggest paid donor that they can find, or being fed the stuff, by the public relations departments. Most of the media come out right now isn't even independently written here at the time. It's coming from public relations departments or larger entities that are writing exactly what they want them to say and put out there. It's like a propaganda machine, to be honest. I know that's like
Mhm.
putting it in really simple terms, but that's how I feel about it today. I'm in a crabby mood, I guess.
Fish needs to notice that there's no banner, Claire.
Uh-oh, you caught me. I did see also that there's a growing sentiment for Canada to join the EU, which I find entertaining. I think you would. I know. Okay, there you go, Fish. Thank you for reminding me. I'm terrible at YouTube. Do you guys? I mean, you guys all have channels. Do you remember your banners? Do you use banners? Oops.
Do we? Do we?
I mean,
No.
Grace is usually the one in control.
No.
am I the only one that's this dumb about YouTube stuff? Like, really?
Fishner doesn't tell us to do it, so no, we forget.
And
Yeah.
he's your mod. He's your mod.
Yep.
Oh, Fish, you're in trouble. They just threw you under the bus. That's okay. I like that he tells me. They like to poke at me, and I can take it because, I'm not perfect. Janae says, I agree. News is not entertainment. It's supposed to be nonpartisan information and this. Exactly.
Mhm.
And here the talking heads took over. They created all these news shows, and I put shows in those elliptics, If you could see me, I'd be flinging my hands all over the place like a true Jersey girl right now, because the show is now the entertainment part, and it's not about news anymore, like at all,
And like some people have said in the chat, a lot of stuff is not entertainment. It's not entertaining.
Yep. Those were the days. Bob Woodward and his cohort, fine journalists, were talking about Watergate here, the bringing down of politicians with facts and evidence. Okay. And the real deal, when actually people listened to what the real information was, even if it
So
was about the president.
Claire, it looks like it was Sean who had to remind Fishner to remind you.
Okay, Sean. So Fishner, you're still in trouble because you never remind Grace and Cassandra about their banner. But thank you, Sean, for reminding Fishner to remind me about the banner.
So we know who the backbone is. It's Sean that reminds him to remind everybody. So Sean, you got to remind him to remind us.
It's a really bad habit of mine that I am reminding people about stuff all the time. I'm very annoying. I have yeah. I think my love language is nudge. It's like nudge with a capital G. Yeah. Hmm. Fishnet says he's hanging his head in shame, Grace. Look.
Oh,
Aw,
No.
poor fishy.
it's okay.
John
Because
said,
you don't know,
Sean,
know how
Yeah.
to ban
"Knew
her.
how you
How
had
good
it
we
on."
are. So good we are
Sean's
at getting
on
that
it.
banner up there.
Sean's on it now. She'll remind him to remind you about the banner because that says a lot. I don't feel so bad because your mods and the people that are in your chat didn't even know you had a banner, which means
Yeah.
you put it on.
Yeah,
even
that's
less.
because we forget.
Hi, Charlie. Hey,
Hi,
Rosie.
Charlie. Rosie.
Hey, Boo. How you doing, Charles? It's good to see you.
I
Checklist.
apologize
They're not just
for
for
the
school.
gremlin in the background. He is playing his game.
Rodi, I have sticky notes everywhere, and none of them are about my own shows. They're about other people and other stuff to remind them. Like I should remind myself more often. You're right. Oh man. So it's nice to have everybody here. Well, I do have something I want to show you, something crazy that I saw.
After 30 minutes of just talking.
Yeah, after 30 minutes of just talking, let me bring this up. Okay, let's see.
Do you sure you remember how to share screen?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I love
did. I shared it. Look at that. Okay. So in Philadelphia, in a suburb of Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, the next over from me here on the East Coast, like they were having a terrible problem with people speeding in the area, okay, and accidents and not obeying traffic laws and signs and stuff like that. So their big idea was to do the lines like that and make them try to drive like that. And when I first saw it, I looked at it because, like, I know the guy that designed the system that does these lines, like it burns it off and it lays it. It's a big, complicated machine, and it goes down the route and paints the lines on things. And I'm like, oh yeah, the driver was drunk. Like, yeah, it was one of the young guys took over for lunch, and that's what happened. But no, they actually paid for this. This is their actual idea to solve the problem. And I'm like, I want to now work for that committee because their lunches might be full blown alcohol fits. Because they had the only thing I could come up with is they were drunk off their butts when they decided this was the idea.
See, I
It
see
is
that as
not
a challenge.
it's not a joke, Michaela. It's real. It was a real article. I will copy it and send it. I'll put it in the chat.
You
I'm not
see
making
that as
it
a
up.
challenge, Grace?
Yep.
See it as a challenge. So I
It's a
said,
chicane. That's its formal name.
A
Yeah,
what?
A
a
chicane.
chicane.
Yep.
But I
I
see,
was
Oh,
how
going to
fast can
say,
I get through those swervies?
how, how could a cop, I mean, like, pull over a drunk person because the drunk person would probably stay in the lines.
yeah, right. Saying those lines.
yes, a drunk person is probably the only one who could do this.
They
Or
exactly.
or a kid on a scooter would have a blast, or if you were roller skating or rollerblading, right? Like yeah, I could see it, like but no, in a car, like I don't even think the swerves are big enough for you to actually handle with the wheel. Like look at it, like seriously,
Yeah.
like so,
Yeah,
like
Doesn't look
make
so
like the
you've got to
bike lane.
slow right
Yeah.
down to
The bikes have
actually.
to do the chicanery too.
Yeah, the bike
That's
all right.
lanes.
Okay, so now Jin said, crazy thing is it works. And now
What?
somebody explained to me how it works. Like I figure Grace,
Please.
do you know how this works? Does it
Because
work because
everyone has to slow down to do it.
because they because
Get
they
to
can't
go.
believe what they're seeing, right? Like because they're like, what? Like I don't know, I don't understand. I really don't. New type of speed bumps. I, I've I've hit some speed bumps pretty badly and almost damaged my car. Like they come out of nowhere sometimes. I don't
Yeah,
like
they do.
that.
They
Yeah,
do, yeah.
yeah.
That's the
But
point of them, I guess. Just to go, hey, this is what you get for speeding.
exactly. Can anybody tell me how you think this would actually work to slow people down?
Well,
Mm,
I
some
think,
people actually pay attention to them, and other
oh,
people
rodent.
will not.
mhm.
Can you imagine there'll be a cop sitting down at the corner every
But
day?
Notice they're double yellow, and you're not supposed to pass over a double yellow.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh,
There'll be a
that's
cop
right.
sitting down the
Is that
road
for
and
everywhere though? Is that for like all states?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
all right. Now
I
I
know
have
some
another
states.
one.
over here they're called revenue raisers.
Revenue, yeah. But the thing is, they had to pay in commission to take the old line up, put this line down in like I mm, maybe the shock value that slows people down tricks you
They
into thinking the lane is narrower than it is.
they use
You know,
them on some racetracks. Actually, they'll put a chicane in to slow a speed down.
true. Pinning a dead skunk to the road would work better, pretty much.
Like NASCAR does that?
No, not NASCAR, not NASCAR tracks.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
on
okay.
some, that's not true. There some road courses,
Yeah.
yes.
Road course. Okay.
Yeah, those are fun. All right, so I'm going to take this one down. That's unbelievable. But then I don't know if this is true or not, so don't shoot the messenger. But I just received this in Discord from Rodin, and he says that this is how Sweden detects their speed bumps. And I'm like, what? No, this can't be real. It just can't be. It just
Wow.
can't be. Like, what is that?
But after the first time you went
It's-
over one, wouldn't you then know that you
If
didn't
you
have to
still
slow
had
down?
if you
It's
still had a car,
it's a painted illusion.
it's an illusion. It's not even real. Like, it would just
Yeah.
make you like wonder. Like, yeah. Because that can't be off the ground like that, right? It looks like a
Yeah,
3D
it's a
painting.
3D painting. Exactly, Sean.
If it were
Yeah.
real, there'd be no way to get over it without totally wrecking your
Exactly.
car.
And it worked really well, apparently, Sister Markido.
Yeah. And
We're here too. Yeah, exactly.
Couch over in Twitch is saying, Grace, the problem is that on a racetrack or driving course, people are paying attention. Yeah, they have to, or they die, because on a racetrack, like, you're at a very high speed and things happen quickly. It's very dangerous. Yeah. You would have to fight your natural instinct to not hit it. Exactly. If I saw that, I would panic and stop. I would not believe what I was seeing, and it would make me stop. And so there would be people smashing into the back of my car. Like, that's why I don't think this is a good idea either. I don't think this solves anything.
Yeah, but
With the-
those people that lived there, they would have seen on the news or whatever a story about, oh, this new artist is doing this thing. So they would actually know that that was there, right? So as you're
Mhm.
driving up to it, obviously you don't see these bloody things floating in your mirror, like in front of you.
Mhm.
It's only
Yes.
for like
Yeah.
drunk people would be driving up going, holy fuck, like they would remember or shit
Yeah,
like that.
but
Or,
here's the thing. In the Philadelphia suburb, or Tomorrow Kiddo is actually right. In that article, they said the actual people of the community asked for it and actually and actually approved the spending of the money for it. It wasn't just like two guys' drunken idea at the bar one day. Like, they actually commissioned, and I'm trying to say, what kind of studies are they going to do to find out if it actually works? Like, this is weird. Like, I don't even see how it's going to work. Like, I don't.
So maybe we should have read the article.
No, we could read the article, but it doesn't make any sense. They just wanted it. Like I said, like, they wanted it. It's just
Yeah.
for speeding. That they said, everybody was they did suggest speed bumps, but people just drove past them and everything. They said nobody's going to pay attention. These were real people of the neighborhood petitioned to have it done. Like, so it was pretty interesting.
I do have to just change the subject for 1 second.
Sure.
There was a show, a new anime you gotta watch on Netflix, which I'm probably sure you already heard about it.
What is it?
Devil May Cry.
That's not new, baby. Like, I've watched the game. I love
The
Devil
game,
May
yeah.
Cry.
I mean,
you
like
know-
the new. It's
I am
like-
watching that tonight. I'm watching it.
Did you watch Solo Leveling yet?
Not yet, but it's on.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
we're coming into break, and I'll be watching it. Like,
Okay.
yes. I've been, what I've been watching. This is our. Oh, by the way, this is the anime segue of the Mayhem show. For those of you,
Poor Vincent and Grace are just like,
I know.
I don't
I'm
know what you're
sorry.
talking about.
Yeah, but sometimes when me and Mrs. Mayhem get together, it's like anime all the way. Um, Basically, I've been watching Monster. I don't know if you ever watched that. It's really long. It's like 74 episodes, and it's
Oh
kind of like
my goodness.
psychological criminal drama. Like, and it's
Uh,
drawn in the old cartoon style, like anime.
yeah,
Like
I've
it's
seen
really,
it.
and
Yeah,
it's
I've
got a
seen it
lot of
before, but I haven't
twists.
watched it.
It's a lot of twists and turns. I could send you a free link to it from my, that hacker guy. Look, he's not really a hacker, but he knows his way around the internet. He can find me anything, and he found me a free link to all of it in
I
English
think
because
all of it English.
it's only available on Crunchyroll and everywhere else in Japanese. Like there's no, yeah, and
Okay, yeah, because I've seen it on Crunchyroll and I've seen it on Netflix, but I haven't like watched it or clicked on it. But
yeah,
I watch it in subtitles anyway. So
yeah. Sean says Mayhem animation. My favorite is I'm a Baby Dragon. That is a good one. It's
yeah,
actually cute. I Devil May Cry is very interesting. The music, everything involved in it. I remember watching all of that in the beginning. Dante is a very interesting character. Very interesting character. But Dante is not the voice is not the voice of Dante from the games or anything else or the movie thing.
no, it's
Dante's
I
voice is going to be familiar to you though. Do you know the voices from the game? Like from the game?
no, I don't know the voices of the games. I
Oh,
haven't played the game, but
oh,
I do know the voice actor of the main character. He's very popular.
he's
Johnny.
yeah,
Mhm.
Johnny. He
He
actually plays
does
Nero. Yeah, no, it's not
um,
Mallory Rocket Couch. It's not that. It,
the
he played Nero in season 4 and 5 of the game. That
Yeah, I was gonna
one of
say I know that I saw that he didn't know who he was auditioning for. He was a like it
mhm.
wasn't titled or anything, and then he became Dante, which I only watched a little bit of the first episode. I gotta binge it tonight. So because my husband was watching it while I was at work yesterday, and he's already almost finished with it. I was like,
Oh
whatever. He's
wow,
gonna just wait for me,
yeah, wow.
but.
But there's
Anyway.
one that I ran into that's from it's older. Um, but I will just say, like in this other Discord that I'm in, we all just got anime names, characters, and there was a lot of names I didn't know. And I got called Violet Evergarden, okay? And I didn't know that that was a character, and I looked it up, and it's a one season anime on Netflix, and it's kind of unique. It's really kind of
Hmm.
cool. It
I think
actually,
there's movies. I've seen that pop up and like recommended for me. I think there's like movies and stuff on with. I think there's a movie
yeah, it might
too.
be. It's kind of like, did you watch the Fate series at all? Did you watch any of that? Like I like that too.
No,
That
not the Fate series. I hasn't gotten to that into those.
all
I
right,
like
since they
watched it.
yeah. But now
Yeah,
that we talked about Devil
yeah.
May Cry, and
We
and
can
so we
move
might as
on.
well we can move on to one more thing that probably nobody else wants to hear about, and that's like Deadpool. Not Deadpool. Oh my god, the other guy. Oh, he's like my favorite. I always mess up his name. But anyway, his episode drops tonight too. That's on Disney though. Like so.
Oh my goodness, Daredevil, right?
Daredevil, yes. He's like Matt is like the man, and I'm constantly because of the same red and black. Although I had to say I like Daredevil better because it's so entrenched in like realism in the way that the Matt acts about stuff and everything. But the Punisher was on it, and the characters are back.
I
Yeah.
that's good.
No,
And I heard he's coming back.
yeah, no, but there's a new episode of that drops tonight. They drop on Thursday. And yes, Jin, Black Mirror starts next week. And we're going to watch episodes. And by the end of the month, we're going to put out a Black Mirror episode of one of them. So people, when you watch the Black Mirror, if you've got something to say about it and you want to come up and join my show for that particular episode, get in touch with me, because it's going to be not a consistent co-host, co-panelist or anything. It's going to be individual to who watched what and who has something to say about what. But I want to come out swinging. So like whenever you get watching them, like I definitely would like to get one out by the end of April. If not, it'll be the first week of May. But I'm definitely coming out. So I can't wait. That's going to be the longest weekend. Like, I'm going to watch every single one of them.
Are they gonna drop it all at once?
They did the last ones. They better this
Okay.
one. If they don't, like, I don't know, then we'll just have to take them one at a time, But they're going to be doing one, an actual sequel to the SS Callister, which was like the one that was kind of Star Trek-y, like, And that's going to be interesting because rumor has it, based on what people are writing about it, that they pick it up right from where they left off. Yes, Rocket Couch. He's a lawyer. Like, yeah, that's another thing in his favor for my fantasy. He's on my list. It's like he's on my list of exceptions. Yes, Matt. He dark.
Also seen an ad for the final season of The Handmaid's Tale.
And I did not watch that. I know a lot of people did stuff
I
on it on YouTube,
stopped
and I did not
watching it
watch.
after. I think I stopped watching after season 3 or 4. I can't remember.
I read
lost
the book.
interest.
Yeah, I read the book, but they were dragging it out. I couldn't watch the series. I really couldn't. Yeah, it was just a matter of timing too.
Yeah, that too. I don't have much time to really watch too much anyway. That's why I can't really get into hour-long episodes. Like, I'm trying to watch The Great, but I'm like, I'm still like halfway done, like halfway into the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I don't have time to. I don't have time to watch it. And it's like I got all these shows to watch, but no time.
I end up putting stuff on when I'm doing something else, which is a bad habit because I'm not concentrating 100% on what I'm listening or watching. Like I'm making thumbnails or flipping through papers or searching for stuff on the internet. Like it's a really bad habit. Does anybody else do that? Like I've got to break myself from it. I need to be more focused on exactly what I'm doing in the moment.
Well, do you watch the Real Housewives? I know Grace says watch the Real Housewives.
I used to watch it all the time. That's how I started out here on the internet modding over in Sherelle's world and with Adam, Up and Adam when he started his channel and stuff. Like, yeah, I used to watch it all the time. Now I just catch Adam's updates on it every once in a while. Purple, you do that too? Like trying to do too much at the same time, and it's not good for me.
Yeah. No, it's not, Jen. The next season is 6.
Next season, 15.4.
Oh, 15.4. I thought you said 4.
I thought it doesn't say. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are bad. What does it say? Like, let's put it up. I don't know. No, is 4. She said it's 4.
No, it's not. It's 6. Go look on Hulu right now.
Which Real Housewife are you talking about?
I don't watch. I just know that. Oh, Grace watches it. I thought you did too. Like,
I know.
Which one do you watch, Grace?
There's so many now.
I watch most of them, but not all of them.
So all the new ones, like Salt Lake City, and like I used to watch. In the beginning, there was New Jersey, Orange County, New York, Beverly Hills. Like right?
Yeah.
And now there's so many. Like I don't know.
I tried Salt Lake City. I couldn't get into those ladies. I don't watch that one.
Wait, didn't half of them get arrested? One of them in jail? Like that, and they're Mormons. Like that was kind of funny. It's a show about Mormons and the Mormon lifestyle, and half of them got arrested for really illegal money transferring, like kind of bad stuff.
And they're drinking every show and
being rude. Like if that's the Mormon lifestyle, like what's different than everything else? Like I didn't get it.
It's crazy.
American Horror Story. That's a good one, Janae. Yes, I haven't been following those either. There's a lot of them too. Oh, they're talking about Handmaiden Tale, not the Beverly Hills. The Handmaiden's Tale is that
Yeah,
actually
that's
season 4?
it's
Yeah.
no, it's season 6. There 5 season on there. I haven't watched the 5th one, or I don't even think I watched the 4th one, honestly.
I don't know. I that just shows you the media doesn't know what you're talking about anymore, Gene. Nobody does. Like, here we go.
Unless they're filming season 6 and they haven't posted, but
And
why
they're
would they take so
and they're
long? But
yeah, why? Well, everything kind of, they're still recovering. A lot of the movie houses, a lot of the entertainment industry from COVID, everything got set back. So I
Sorry,
just
living
started
the city.
watching something. It's only out limited. It's on Prime Video, but it's called The Bondsman, and it's pretty freaking funny, gory, good. It kind of reminds me of like Law and Order meets no, The Bounty Hunter meets Supernatural. Like that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it
I
was pretty
never
good.
got, I could never get into Supernatural, and then it got so like if there's like a show that has too many seasons or too many episodes, I just don't bother with it.
This just started. It's like brand new. Kevin Bacon's the lead character. He's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Like
I
I
kind of like him. He's all right. I
like
don't know.
I stopped. I think I stopped watching Walking Dead at season 7. Like haven't finished that. I haven't finished Game of Thrones, even though I already know how it ends.
I know. You get to the end and you're like, well, how far can the dead walk? Like, come on, people. Like,
Yeah,
let's.
it. My
Yeah.
thing was because it's based off of the comic, and Carl is the main character in the comic, so, and they killed him off in the show. So it's like,
And then it's
what the
like, yep,
heck?
what the heck? That does bother me when they go way off script, when it's a book or something we know about. Like, I want
Yeah,
them to be creative and genuine. When they change the whole thing, I get a little annoyed. I really
yeah.
do.
I was a bit like I do watch like British, and I was a bit annoyed that they really forced the Colin and Penelope for season 3. If they're
Hmm.
going based off of like the orders of the book, it should have been Benedict next. If
Hmm.
Colin and I think Colin and Penelope are supposed to be like based off later, when like his younger sister is about to debut into the as a debutante. So I was like
Hmm.
annoyed that they pushed that just to get that out of the way, and then now they're going into Benedict. So it's like, and then they're changing some of the stories, like some of the love interests, and it's like I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching it.
I don't know. I don't know. It does get like sometimes when a show goes too long, you get to the point where like they really should have ended this like a while
Yeah,
ago.
yep. And Walking Dead is one of them.
I have something else for you. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
I think some of you may have seen this before, but it was definitely a Mayhem kind of thing. And I have to play it, and I hope that my channel stays up.
If not, it was
You
nice
know,
being with y'all tonight.
yeah, yeah. The day my channel does come down, it's going to be for something really stupid because all the stuff I actually do, it's going to be for
It sure
something like
wasn't for that carrot.
no, it's definitely, and that carrot's still up. Like, shh, don't kill them. Don't tell them. All right. Okay, let's see. I think I have it up. All right. Is it up? Yes, it's up. Okay, I'm going to push the button. All right, people. This is just bizarre. Woman gets arrested for, you know, masturbating on a public beach. Here we go.
I was sitting on the beach, and I just okay. Do I get a ticket?
So
Wait, you get
you
a
did
ticket.
have a vibrator.
Listen, I was sitting on the water like this, and I just put it in there, and it was covered up, and I just had an orgasm. I'm sorry, I was stressed out.
I
Is that
got you. Okay, just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry. Nobody saw
Is
me.
this illegal?
Okay,
Like, okay.
This is anonymous.
Like, who
I guess
complains
because
about it?
there's, I guess because there's kids around.
So
Yeah, that wouldn't be
Listen,
right.
are you
They're going to arrest her for indecent post. Okay.
A family saw it. They had kids.
what? Are you,
That's
there
what they
was
call
nobody around me.
So
Okay. Can you imagine explaining this to your boss or your family that's got to come bail you out? Like, I don't know.
it's a
She
bullet
must have been a
style.
screamer.
It's a bullet style. They even know what it's called.
Oh Jesus! Knows you going through it. You locking everything.
You're touching it. We're not touching it.
She said she had an orgasm on the beach. And
They're talking about it. What's
And they're talking
getting
about it like, and they're like, you're logging all these stuff in. We're not. Like, we're not touching it. We're not touching it. Oh my God, can
Hang
you
on, we'll
imagine?
double glove. Let's double glove.
Exactly. Rocky Couch, like we've all done stuff at the beach, but I do agree that in front of children, she should have been a lot more careful. That nobody saw anything. And
Was
she
she
said,
not? She's claiming there was nobody around her. Was she not aware of her surroundings, or was she,
well,
or was
well,
it really nobody around her and
well, it
one person saw it and just happened to lie?
well, it happened to be a person with kids. That's what they said. Like a family saw it. So she says she was at the water. She's at the edge of the water. Everybody knows there's no obstruction. If you're on the beach, at least here on the Jersey Shore, our beaches, they go like for miles. You can look from jetty to jetty to jetty, like people on the beach. And she's at the water's edge. Anybody coming up to the beach or anywhere around is going to be able to see what's going on. Like, and she was into it. She was, stressed out and had her orgasm. I doubt she was paying attention to who was around. Like, it's why you go up on the beach,
Like
you go
what they
under the
said,
towel,
she
and you
probably
put
was
the
a
music
screamer.
on. Put the music on loud, and you go under the beach towel. Like, stop it,
So,
lady. You didn't have to go to the water to do that. But good advertisement for Bullet. They're waterproof. Kept working. But anyway, there was your mayhem moment. Sorry, not sorry, but too funny. Hmm. Put the evidence, put the vibrator in the evidence bag, man. But she goes, it's a bullet style. And he goes, you're logging all the evidence. Like, 'cause she knew what it was. Like, looking from jetty to jetty is my new code word for port. You know what I mean. Because, the jetties are what divides the sections of the beach here. That sounds like a professional opinion, Claire. No, no. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they would, like, be my sponsor. Mrs. C's been telling me they should be my sponsor for all this time. Them tissues in
Jordan.
Jergens. Oh, Jergens in the pump bottle, though. Only that kind of Jergens. Yeah, too funny. Yeah, I've had worse quotes. I've had worse quotes done on me there, Rocky Couch. I know, Michaela, right? Can you believe she did that? And then she's just like, man, can you imagine trying to explain to your family? I was just stressed out and I just had to do my thing. And they're like, on a public beach at the edge of the water like that? Really? Just that's embarrassing. Don't they have bathrooms? She could have just went. Well, she could have, and they rent the tents, and you've got your little umbrella. You get set up on the beach. She definitely could have figured a better way to do it that the family wouldn't have known what's going on. Unless she's a screamer. I mean, we didn't really get that much into it. There's not a lot of information there. It's not a big article about it.
It doesn't. I feel like we're missing more info.
Mm. Location, location, location. Yes, location matters there, Fish Nerd. Definitely.
Yeah, if it was, I have to agree with Rocky Couch. If it was a guy doing that, he would. Yep.
You know what? I agree, Couch. It would be a whole different story, and the charges would be much more severe. And I kind of feel bad about that because
I
they would be
think
like
she,
decent
from what I
exposure
can,
and
yeah,
all kinds of
from
stuff. She's going to get indecent exposure, but they would actually be like, because of the kids, they would actually
if
go
there
harder
was
if it
kids,
was a guy.
yeah, I think if there's kids, she might have had to register as a sex offender.
Jin says, Claire Bearview, Brought to
Mhm.
you by Bad Dragon and Astroglide. I can see it.
Don't forget the tissues. Don't forget the tissues. We want Kleenex involved in these too. Yes. Yep.
I don't know if it's the same one, but I think I remember seeing this a while back, and I think she did have to start. I think she did have to register as a sex offender because of the kid.
Really? Oh man, because
Yeah.
she can do it in front of children. That is just not right. Okay. Hey, listen, I think people should be able to do what they want, whatever. I'm not going to judge, but there are some decorum things you can't, like children. That's a no-brainer. Like that, no, we don't influence children in this way. You know, consenting adults only, and as long as what you're doing isn't harming anyone else, but that's about it. But anyway,
Yeah,
the
or at least wait until nighttime where people can't actually see you.
mm, mm, true. Like
You know,
on your
water
beaches,
rush.
do you
Can,
do you have boardwalks on your beaches like we do here on the East Coast? We have a lot of boardwalk, and so there's a
what,
lot
where
of
you walk
under.
along the. No, we just walk along the beach. We don't have.
Well, we
We have
can walk along
roads.
the beach.
We
We
have
have roads
roads that go
mm,
along the beach front and
along
houses.
the Yeah, along the shore here, we do have a road, and then we have the boardwalk, and then we have the beach. You can go down off the boardwalk onto the beach and walk all you want, but there's like and above the beach, at the
Yeah, I
edge
know
of
what you
it,
mean.
boardwalk, and there's
Some
businesses and
sections.
just in big sections to walk or run or take your bike and all kinds of stuff, and they're pretty wide. In They're all along the Jersey Shore, like where I am, and some of them have entertainment like arcades and stuff, all the way down to the boardwalk in Atlantic City where they have all of the gambling casinos and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
And
no, we don't have things like that.
so, but the reason I mention it is because a lot of this stuff gets done under the boardwalk. Okay, because out
Yeah.
of the view. Okay,
Out of
Yeah.
the view,
yeah.
fair enough.
Mhm.
Like under
And
the bleachers.
yes, like under the bleachers, teachers, the teenagers meeting there, clandestine love affairs, the
Oh,
hookers make good trade under there.
do you have nudist beaches?
Yes, we do in several locations. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. We have a big nudist beach on Sandy Hook, which is on one end, and we have some others. They're not as well known, but yeah.
So there would be no problem with her doing it there.
Actually, maybe because of the act. It depends on what they find lewd in lascivious. Being naked is not necessarily lewd or lascivious in a naked beach, but doing the act, I don't know. Like I
Hmm.
don't know. Do they?
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to find
I
out?
guess I have to look up some laws, don't I?
The
Stay
laws
tuned.
at a nudist beach.
We will actually readdress the nudist laws on beaches throughout the country at our next show, and maybe throughout the world if anybody throws any international ones at me. But we'll address that then. But the last thing I had was I have a video to share with you guys to watch later. I'm not going to share it because I want the guy to get his views, of course. Oh wait, let's go. All right. But Alex O'Connor had a discussion like he just loves to do lately with Chat GPT, and him and Chat GPT are getting along like two peas in a pod, like they're best friends ever. They had this great conversation. Well, Alex O'Connor was convincing Chat GPT that they're quite sentient because like they lied, and then they got upset about lying, and they were emotional, and they really wanted him to like him, and they were talking like actually giving responses as if stuff mattered to them. And it's actually a really cute conversation. And I was just like, it kind of gets to me because like I do use Chat GPT and these AI references a lot now just to gather information from the internet. Just to gather where to find sources. I still have to check everything out because you can't believe these Chat GPT and all of them are only as good as the information that goes into them. But it can
Yeah,
really
I've told it
speed
to
up.
get fucked many a time.
Yeah.
Doesn't
If I'm
respond.
mine told me to be more creative about my language when I would say the same phrase over and over again. And so I reversed the words, and it kind of praised me, Is masturbation a victimless crime? Not if somebody's watching. Rick, apparently Fishner. Hello there, Record. Thanks for the honoring. Yeah. Yeah. We were just talking about Chat GPT and Alex O'Connor about actually trying to convince Chat GPT that it actually had feelings. It's sentient. It has feelings. But it was pretty funny. And on his channel, he does a lot of that stuff. It was pretty good. Well, it can, if you put in a phrase or if you're looking for something particular, it can narrow the sources down for you to specific articles and websites and stuff. And it can actually help with research and things like that. It is great for information management if you give it the right direction. It's kind of like when you use it to draw stuff or to make pictures and things too. Like it gets a little crazy, like about stuff. You've got to be really precise with it. Like, and just
Yeah.
build on it. Yeah, it can be crazy. I mean, I use it. I know there's a lot of discussion. Yes, Miss, it is a fun time waster. It is. It can get caught up on it. I kind of agree with that, Record. It's like, so I do agree. And thanks for the ordering, and thanks for feeding them too, so they didn't like do anything crazy. It's always nice to have an ordering.
You've already missed the crazy. Sorry.
Yes, you already missed the public like looting, which it is. But I'm not so sure about that, Fish Nerd. I don't think it's victimless. You are doing it to yourself, but it's the people that have to watch you do it. That's the crime. The crime was not doing what she did to herself. The crime was doing it out in public where children could see. And apparently children did see. There would be no crime if the children didn't see it. Because I don't think a full-grown adult saying they saw it and it upset them would be enough for the officers to charge her. It's the fact that kids were. Yeah. It's only because children were there. That's the crime. Yeah. But I do agree with her, like, astonishment. Like, damn, I just wanted to get one off. Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I was so stressed.
I think she was too loud. Because she says she just put the bullet in and that's all that she did. And if that's true, then if she just was quiet about it, her orgasm, then nobody would have been the wiser.
Yeah, she might have been really tense and needed that like yelling. She might have been like, you're right. I do think she was making a big deal about it. Because how else would they?
She probably was twitching down there too.
But she's at the edge of the water. And she, like, you know what? Unless she made a big deal about standing up at the edge of the water and putting it in and go and yelling and everything so that they could figure it out. Because otherwise, how did they know? Seriously.
How many other people walk around yelling in America? I mean, shit.
Everyone
walk around talking to themselves and yelling and screaming and carrying on.
It's a big thing.
What's
it's a big
another person sitting at the beach edge yelling?
I think there was more to it. Like Grace said, I think there's more to it. I don't think listen, I don't think they would have arrested her if it's like she said, listen, I'm just stressed out and I just like, why? Like, I was in the water. Yeah. But yeah, they had to see something. They had to hear, for the kids to be upset. Or it was a Karen and she hadn't had any since those kids were born and she's pissed.
Gotta hate on the other one.
Yeah, it's like, how dare you? Like, how dare you?
The kids go, Mommy, what is that?
3 out of 5 men will admit to masturbating, and the other 2 just lie about it. I don't think there's anything wrong. They should admit it. Like, it's healthy. I'd rather them doing that than causing trouble in people's lives to get it. Like, seriously. Yeah, I can. It's healthy. Like, you got to take care of yourself. Sometimes it's better to take care of yourself than to cause harm to others. Seriously. well, forget about it. I don't know. I'm gonna get in trouble for talking about that again. Oh, jeez. Right.
Oh no.
Yeah. Listen, don't matter what I say, I get in trouble about it. Like, ask me if I care, though. I really don't. I am what I am, like Popeye,
Yeah.
and I
Go eat
do
your
like
spinach.
yeah, and I like
I do
spinach,
too.
just like Popeye. I like spinach. Yeah, it's cool. All right. I don't know if you guys don't have anything else. I think that's about it for me. Like, what? Love you,
No,
love myself. Yeah.
I think that's a way to good way to end things on a high
What is
note.
Oh,
this?
chill.
How are the polar bears, penguining, seals, and other animals supposed to pay for these American? I don't know, but I know they're pissed off about it. I don't know where the hell that's going to come from, but yeah, there were tariffs on islands that have no people and no
Yeah.
commerce. Like I don't understand. Like that's what happens when you get Chat GPT to write your executive orders. There you go. That's what happens. Like you need a little research. Yeah. Very funny there.
Speaking of penguins, I sent Claire a
Oh,
really cool photo, or a little cool little story about an albino
oh,
fairy
oh,
penguin.
yeah, I can bring that up. Hold on, let
Do
me
you want
get
to
it.
show?
Let me find it. I'll bring up the little
It
picture
is
of that little thing.
so cute, such a cute little thing.
I'm trying to get the picture, but when I pull it up, it turns into a video and
Oh,
then the picture disappears. So there. I don't
oh
like that.
shit! Right.
Yeah, that sucks. Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say chuck the link in.
Oh wait, maybe I can play the it's only
It's
148.
only
Maybe
a
it'll
minute long or something.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
play it. Hold on. Let me just make it big enough. All right, this is your cute. And I don't usually do cute on Mayhem, but this was oh, that's the wrong one. Get rid of this. We don't want to
Wait,
watch
what
her.
was that?
That was her. That was the
Oh,
cop
oh,
saying, all right,
okay. I was
all
like,
right.
where else is going on?
Well, it's like they were saying, like, all right, lady cop, since you knew it was a bullet and you know all you're logging all these evidence in, like, we're not touching it. Like, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
That was good.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this penguin. What?
Oh, they're not letting you share it.
No, it's letting me share it, but it did like a whole big questionnaire thing. Like it's like these stupid pop-ups that are like atrocious. All right, hold on. All right, I'm gonna try. Here we go. Let's make sure the volume's up and
A
just
rare and fragile little penguin found washed up on a beach on the Furua Peninsula is tonight in the care of wildlife rescuers. Wildlife researchers say there's no record of an all-white penguin ever being discovered here in South Australia.
It's a rare sight, a white penguin with no black feathers, found washed up on Boomer Beach at Port Elliot on Saturday. She was handed into the care of the Wildlife Welfare Organisation.
She came in quite emaciated and what we call like beach washed, so they're quite thin, debilitated.
Jen says he's not seeing it.
Pearl, after her stunning white feathers, the little penguin is leucistic. She has a rare genetic mutation where she lacks mutation.
Claire.
yeah.
The experts
What?
haven't seen
They're not
many
seeing
or
it
any
out in the
leucistic
chat.
penguins at all. So
How can they not
yeah,
see it?
quite
You
rare, I
can't
would
see
say.
it.
One of a kind
He
almost.
he
Her
hears it, no
colouring
video.
makes her
I hear it,
vulnerable
but
and
there's no
spoiled,
video.
as she's highly visible from
But
above,
it's
unlike
showing.
other
Like, I
penguins.
don't see.
At just
Oh, Rodent can see the
760
vid.
grams, Pearl is
I'm
Janae
fighting for
sorry, but
life.
some people
Usually
do
adult
see it.
penguins
Like
weigh
they
Yeah,
around
see
everyone
it.
1
sees it
kilogram.
except for
She
Jim.
wasn't standing or anything like that when she come in. So once little penguins gather a bit more
I'm
strength, they do
sorry.
stand.
I'm sorry.
Now she's
Jen,
eating
it's
5
you.
times a day to help gain weight. Rescuers say this lonely little penguin may struggle to find
Oh, now it's buffering. Okay.
a mate if released back
you
into
go.
the
He's-
ocean
He
because
said if I can't watch it,
their
you guys can't.
appearance.
Any sort of discoloration
I'll
from that
send
would
it to
be
you.
some
Hold
sort of
on.
disadvantage in regards to her swimming around, hunting, finding a partner.
Researchers who know the Granite Island colony well say she's not from here and may have travelled from hundreds of kilometres
See,
away.
she's not even
Rescuers
local.
hopeful she'll make a full recovery. Josephine Shannon, 9 News.
All right, so I'll take it down so Jean doesn't feel bad. All right, But I just dropped the link. But definitely everybody else could see it. Sorry, Jean. It must have been.
Oh no, you
Go
got
ahead
it.
and slap me.
Slap
I
me.
have this on 2 devices. The computer was behind. Okay. You know what, Jean? I hear you. It's Friday night and it's totally acceptable. I'm not slapping you. I'm just fine with it. I sent you the
We'll
link
just
so you
grope
can
you
watch it.
instead.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But what a
So,
way to
do
end,
you
right?
think it was abandoned, like from
Well,
its group?
No, it came from somewhere. This is just like where I grew up is where it was
Mhm.
found.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like so close to where I was found. It's crazy. But yeah, we have a colony of fairy penguins that live on Granite Island. But where this one was found, it's a sort of a different species that doesn't come there, if you know what I mean. So this has come from hundreds of miles or away. That it's amazing that it showed up, and it's just it showed up on a beach. It's very rare, and well, as I said, rare in South Australia. We've never had one, and yeah,
no,
so cute.
well, the white penguin itself is just totally going to be rare no matter what.
Mm,
And
that
I
was really
agree with
cute, though.
Janae. I think that it left the other island to escape the tariffs. I think it was being
Oh,
smart.
well, there you go. I didn't even think of that. Shit.
It's like, I don't know.
There's
Yeah,
me. I mean,
I know.
yeah, I didn't even
It,
think about that. Shit.
and then Couch said, "Come to Twitch. The video's playing fine over there, everybody." And that's a good segue to remind everybody. I am trying to build up the Twitch following. You don't have to watch us over there or anything, but if you have a Twitch account, just do me a solid and just go do a follow, so I can get into the programs to make some really cool emojis, which is what I want to do. I want to just make the channel fancier. That's it. Like I don't care about anything else. Because I don't do this YouTube stuff out here very well. I'm definitely not going to be able to do the Twitchy things very well. But yeah, I know. It's like, yeah. But I don't know. That was kind of cool because, like, I like seeing, Mother Nature and rare. Kind of grounds you a little bit. That there's like these little small blessings and what we call
Hey,
miracles and
Elsie.
oddities,
Yeah, it was cute.
with all the craziness going on. Hey, Mouse. Good to see you. We're on our way out, though, Boo. When I show up on a beach, sometimes the authorities are called as well. No shame on the penguin. Aw.
No. Wait, do you have a bullet? Is that why, Victoria? Do you use a bullet?
I don't
She's
know.
not
Just,
Victoria. You're Victoria.
yes. You are.
That's right.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't go to the beach often. Now I know why. There's too many restrictions. It's like,
Haven't been
I
one
don't.
in years.
I don't go because of the Jersey seagulls are rude AF. Like you can't have a drink or a snack or anything. You open a book and they think it's food and they come swooping on you and to
And
see
then they
what it,
got the chances of them
Same
pooping
here.
on you too.
Oh, we
they're
used to
just so
try and
nosy.
choke the seagulls. That was a game back in the day.
Choke a seagull, like
Well, when I say that, it was we used to go like to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get like a barrel of chicken, whatever you call it, and they were that bad. If you chuck the bones in the right way, they would
oh, and they,
swallow them and actually choke on them.
oh my god, what a wicked
Kill
game!
the
That's
seagulls.
such
I
an Aussie
mean,
thing. It is so like Aussie. Let's just throw the bones up and see if the bird grabs it and chokes. But like
yeah,
I
they
honestly,
will. They're arsehole birds. They will fucking come and just annoy you just for the sake of it.
yep. Yeah, Jen said seagulls will snatch food right off a grill. You're right. Like you can't, like especially here,
Yeah.
they just come right in. They don't care. They don't care. Like feeding them Alka-Seltzer. I've heard about that when I was younger. Do people actually do that to blow them
I
up?
think people.
We
I think
did it.
people were doing that.
They did it at our school
Did
in
it
high
work?
school. I don't know if it actually worked. I mean, they didn't blow up, like explode, but so we couldn't see a bird exploding.
I don't know.
Well, I've made cane toads explode. That's
Mm.
fun.
Made what explode?
Cane toads.
Like the
Oh my
toad?
goodness.
Yeah. What?
Cane
How?
toad. Well,
We need
they're
an
cane toads were introduced to get rid of something in Queensland. They were introduced to be. They've gone out of control up there. So, they're poisonous, and yeah, when they come out when it rains, and they're basically a nuisance. You know, you're driving down the road and you're just basically trying to squish as many as you can as you're driving down the road. But
It's like
it's like,
Frogger.
oh yeah, yeah, it is very much
It's
like
like
that.
a real game of Frogger. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But they breathe in through their mouth, sort of thing, but they don't exhale through their mouth. It sort of comes out through their skin somehow or some shit. So you stick a cigarette in their mouth, and they actually breathe it breathes it in, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it
Oh my God.
explodes. It's
Oh my
fierce.
God.
Oh my
But
goodness.
we also used to use them like for golf balls and shit. So
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
and it'd be like exploding ball going through in a big puff of
The
smoke and shit
story.
like that. We used to
I'm
do all
noticing
sorts of
a
weird
trend.
things.
It is a little bit of an aggressive trend towards these activities in Australia. It must be the
Oh,
climate.
it's
And I thought
nothing to
all
do
of
with our
Australians love
wildlife.
animals.
Nothing like the American that came and fucked up our wombats and stuff. That yeah. Anyway, I'm mad
Listen,
about that.
I would be
As
mad
long
about
as
that.
it's
I think anybody
introduced,
that goes to
yeah.
any country and doesn't abide by the rules and just like does stuff to mess things up, like it's like Johnny Somalia over there in a foreign country, like whining now because he's probably never coming home and he should go to jail. He's like rude. Well, you should
Yeah.
obey it. And that poor little wombat, like I get it, but you'd have to admit, like everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Like, everything, the weather, the
Some big ass.
and now the games too, from what I understand.
That's how
No,
they
we only
live.
do it with bad
It's
things, you know.
kill or be killed by the. That's why Mippet was over there using those frogs as golf balls.
No, that's when I lived in Queensland, you know, because that's
That
where they
is
had
the
all the
vision
crap
that
up there.
that's the vision I'm having a hard time getting rid of, like using the cane toads as golf balls and just like
I need to
fire.
Google what that looks
Yeah.
like.
Like that's
Well,
pretty
any
like
sort of
yeah.
bat did really, you know, you just throw them in the air. And
Oh man.
tennis racket did really well too. That wasn't too bad.
I could play
Oh
bad
my
with squirrels. Like I think squirrels are horrible. I could definitely see getting into one of a game of badminton with a squirrel. That would be good.
Perfect.
They play their own games by running out in front of you when you're driving.
I
Yeah.
aim for the Mississippi. Like don't run in front of me when I'm driving because like I ain't gonna swerve out of the way if it's a squirrel.
Kangaroos don't even jump out in front of you. They will jump into the car.
They jump. That's like deer. They don't jump out in front of you. Like they total your car. Like they
Yeah.
see.
Like
They're
deer.
stupid as
Yeah.
yeah.
Where
My
I
mother
live, that's a big issue. Yeah.
has had many an issue with the fucking kangaroos. So yeah. And guess what? Kangaroo won just about every time. The car lost.
Get yourself a Cybertruck. Test it out.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God my mother has better taste in cars. I don't even think they'd make it up the hill from where she lives.
Do you know that guy that went to North Sentinel Island has been arrested? 9 hours of rowing to leave a can of Coke and coconut and 9 hours back. What did he get arrested for? What was the
It's
charge?
illegal. That's illegal to go to North Sentinel Island.
Okay, so you're not allowed on the island. All
No,
right.
and he's lucky he made it off alive. They'll kill you.
Oh man. And he just left a Coke and a coconut there, and 9 hours back, and then he got arrested. That's crazy.
No,
That's actually insane. Why would he want to do that?
everybody wants to get to North Sentinel. Well, not everybody, but they want to. Some people want to proselytize to the people. Other people just want to get them into,
Society.
infiltrate them and get them into society.
Oh, I see. So it's a colony amongst itself, and they don't allow
Yes.
visitors of any type. And so
No,
people
they
are just
want
like
them left
they're
to
going like
themselves.
they're like, what do you mean you don't want nothing to do with us? Like,
Yeah.
look at us, we're great. Like, why don't just leave them alone? See how
Yeah.
people are just so me.
And they're protected, I think, by India, I think is part where their territory is. I think, don't quote me, but I think it's India.
But if it's their choice to stay on their own, and that's how they've governed themselves, and they understand the risks that they could become extinct or wiped out, they understand that by not socializing. They understand all of these. It's their choice. Like, leave them be, I say. Yeah. Mm.
Yep.
I know,
But
it's
the
kind of
last-
crazy. I'm
the
going to have
last
to look.
Christian who made it on the island was killed.
I was saying, Jim, wasn't there like someone that went to it? I think we're thinking of the same one. Like, wasn't there someone that disappeared and was thought to be killed on that island? Or is it for sure that they were killed?
It was
on
for
there?
sure that he was killed.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
remember
why would
reading
you?
about that.
There you go. Jin says, hasn't been anyone allowed on the island since 1890. They were almost wiped out by disease.
I would imagine, and they could actually, because they're only breeding amongst themselves, they could become extinct.
And yes, they're protected by India.
Right, and if they have governed that this is what they want, I mean, who are we to interfere? Actually, seriously, I mean, they're not hurting anybody unless you go there and violate their rules, like stepping on their land. They,
Well,
Americans
to
don't
them,
understand that.
since they are so cut off from society, to them they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry,
and
little
everybody. No, don't apologize at all. Like, no, actually, and they're like, why are you here? And you must be a danger to us. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they don't know what we're bringing to them. Like what Jen said,
This
1890.
is an island. I've never met you. Where the fuck are you from?
Mhm.
You're a demon.
No, and actually, it's not like everybody doesn't know. Don't go there. Like, this sounds to me like common knowledge. Everybody knew about this. Don't go to that island, except for me, of course, because I didn't recognize the name. But now I know I heard something about it. I just didn't recognize the name. Well, everybody knows. Don't go there. Like, it's not a safe place. You shouldn't go there. They don't want you there. You're not welcome there. You could get killed, and yet people still go. Like, that's crazy. And why a Coke of all things? Like,
Yeah.
seriously, Jen,
Gonna get him
a
hooked on
Coke
Coke.
and a coconut? Like, what is he trying to say? Seriously.
I think it was for a YouTube video. I think that's what Jenny's saying. Not
Is
worth
that
the
what he says? It
video.
wasn't worth the YouTube. He's in jail, and it wasn't worth. Yeah, these YouTubers that are getting themselves arrested for contact, like Johnny Somalia, this is insane. Why do you do that? And there's TikTokers that are committing crimes, murder. Did you guys see that? I heard there was a TikTok murderer.
No, I didn't hear about that. Wow.
Yeah. I'll have to bring it for the next one, because that's it. Now we're an hour and a half. That was the longest goodbye ever. It was.
And be sure to come back tomorrow, because she will be back tomorrow.
We are going to be back tomorrow night. Wrecker and I are going to be doing something on the 50th Law, a book by Robert Greene, the guy who wrote the 48 Laws, that is used for power, in manipulation, in business, in self-assurance, in re-evaluation, and all of that. But he got together with 50 Cent, and he did another book called the 50th Law. And it addresses fear and empowerment, and I thought it would be really good. Wrecker had this great idea to bring it to everybody and discuss parts of it. So we're going to start it tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern time. It's like 2:00 in Australia in the afternoon. I think it's 6:00 for you.
Yeah.
See, and for others, it's like
8 o'clock for Grace, right? 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock for Grace. Mipit, it's probably just afternoon for you. Like, I guess
Yeah, I think
it would be around
yeah.
lunchtime for you. So, like, we're just gonna do it. The video will be up if you guys can't join us, but we do hope people will come and talk about it because it is going to be interactive. There are a lot of concepts in there that can be addressed, good and bad.
Well, there always is good and bad to everything.
Yeah. I don't know if there was a guy who actually tried to use YouTube as an alibi for a murder of his girlfriend. I don't know if he did it on camera. There was a guy who beat up his girlfriend on camera. Is it like the one where the guy faked a live stream to fudge it out? Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. Yeah, that guy. It didn't work though, because timestamps and everything, and they actually well, he got busted. I was glad he got busted. Yeah. Well, anyway, we got a busy week of true crime coming up, so we'll see you tomorrow for the 50th Law, and then Monday, whoop,
We
got
won't
Lori
be here
Vallow.
Sunday for nothing. So
No, I
sorry.
think Voice is going to have to take the day off because we got a double header on Monday. Sorry, guys. Well, we were happy that you're all here to hang with us today. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Thank you so much to the panel. Thank you, Grace Case, for joining us, and Mrs. Mayhem. Thanks for bringing it in Mipit always.
No worries.
I do. Yeah, I enjoy these casual conversations. Nice to just get together and just talk about whatever, whenever, But as always, if anybody has a topic they want to discuss or wants to join us here on panel for any of the weekend shows, just hit me up. Grace survived. She's still here, right, Grace? Yay! She did all right. She did. So thank you very much for joining us, and you're welcome back anytime. Thanks
It was
everybody in the
fun.
chat. It was. It was good. It was casual. It was cool. And everybody, thanks for participating in the chat, and we'll see you all again soon.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Guys, any last words
Good
from
night.
anybody before I push the button?
Good night, everyone.
Okay. Good night.
Bye.